Hi guys, we're here today to talk to you about 5 questions you may want to ask a doula who you're interviewing to be present at your birth. So these are 5 you might want to ask, and if you want to start us off with one of the first ones.
Okay, so expectation. What does a doula do for you? You probably want to know exactly what they would do for you, because every doula might offer a little bit of different packages and stuff, which we'll get into a little bit later. So just knowing like what time they would come to you possibly for arrival when you start labor and stuff, how long would they stay afterwards, how many times they would meet with you beforehand, after your labor, things like that, just to kind of get into knowing exactly what they would do for you. Obviously, will they meet you at the hospital, will they meet you at home, getting into every single detail you possibly can. Go next?
Yeah. The next thing you might want to ask is what kind of packages they offer and what their fees are. Most doulas that are certified do charge for their services. Different packages can range from a birth package being 2 prenatal visits, the labor and birth with staying 1 to 2 hours after baby is born, and then 2 postpartum visits with some breastfeeding support. That would be an idea of a basic package. Now, the fee for basic packages or different packages, I find they range from where you are in the country. So some places like where we are at, average for a doula is about $500 for a package that I just described there. I know once you get into more major cities, those fees can range upwards to $1,200, $1,800 for the same package. So really talk to the person you're interviewing and make sure you understand what you're getting in the package and how many visits does that include? Does that include any prenatal education? What if you needed additional breastfeeding support? Is there extra fees for that? Or any extra postpartum support? So really be clear on what they're offering you, so in the end you're set up, and when that baby comes you have the support you need.
Okay, number 3, you want to ask their experience and if they have any specialties. For example, their specialties, I'm a pre- and postnatal fitness specialist, so maybe I could even help them a little bit making a pregnancy workout, or afterwards help them get back into shape to tell them like possibly how to take it, or making them a program. So some people have also breastfeeding courses that they might take too, that might give them an additional like support there, that they have a couple certifications in the area, not just the doula certification. Experience would be, how many births have they done, how long they've been a doula, what's their experience, have they done a lot of VBACs, a lot of cesareans, a lot of home births. Depending on what you like, you might want to find a doula that might be compatible with you, with what they've had. If you're going to have a home birth and they've never done one, you could try them out, or you might want to find somebody maybe who specializes in that area or has more experience. Again, that's where you're going to interview, and you're going to just feel the vibe and see what works for you and your partner.
The next one. The next question you might want to ask is, what are their qualifications? Generally, there is no rule on doulas having to be certified. There are 4 certifying bodies main certifying bodies that we as doulas can certify under, but there's really no governing body or government or hospital things put in place where it says you must be certified. Now, we're moving towards that, and hopefully one day every doula must be certified. So the major organizations would be Doula International, which is Doulas of North America. Jess and I are both certified labor doulas through Doula International. There is one called 2 Labor, which used to be called Alice, and they are worldwide as well. There is Kappa. They certify lactation educators, postpartum doulas, birth doulas, and there's also one called Halo. So those are the 4 main governing bodies. Now, some doulas who call themselves doulas are or were nurses or had a position in the medical field before they took on the vocation of a doula, and don't essentially have doula certification, but may have experience in other ways. So have that open dialogue with them and understand where their experience is coming from, where their knowledge is coming from, and if they are indeed certified, because that is important, that they have a good knowledge base. as we don't do anything medical, it's good to have an idea of what situations that may happen.
Okay, and the last question that you should ask your doula is if they have backup. Everybody usually has a full-time job and they're a doula on the side, or sometimes if they have a family, it might be hard that they have to find childcare and stuff. So you might want to know if they have a backup. You probably would want to meet that backup. For example, my sister is my backup and I'm her backup, but if by any chance that we can't use each other, we have other ladies in the community that we can call and make sure that we can go to. Obviously you want to feel comfortable, because if you're expecting to have a certain doula at your birth and it doesn't go all as planned, you want to make sure that you're comfortable with the backup, they know what your birth plan is, and they're able to support you just as well as why you chose the first doula in the first place. It does happen that you will need something if something comes up, or possibly you never know if the backup's there just for the first couple hours, and then your original doula can come in and obviously take over for that. In addition, there might be a possibility if you do have a super long labor, say you are going hard for 22 hours, that the doula might need to, take a little possible 15-minute break or something like that, and that might ruin your ritual of what you're doing through each contraction. So just knowing that there is a backup there, that they could come in and help if you need a little bit of relief, or if you are getting physically exhausted and you need help with certain things, like if you're doing a hip squeeze every single contraction, having a backup there might be able to help you for a couple hours, and then you can just jump back right into the swing of things.
So those are some of the questions you may want to ask a doula that you're interviewing. There are hundreds more, we know, but we felt that those would be some pretty important ones to cover for you, and more to come to you soon. Thanks for watching. Bye!